Can you manage servers with Gemma 4 e4b? In our last video, we tested the Gemma 2 model, Google's new local AI released to the public. The 2B and 4B models are supposed to be run on edge devices. We're trying to see how useful are they. The 2B disappointed me. It disappointed me greatly. Will the 4B disappoint me as well? Also, will this light stop blinding me while I try to record this video? Let's find out in this episode of Low Spec Labs. The setup for this challenge is going to be the exact same as the setup for our Gemma 4 e2b challenge, where we have the model and harness on one server and is reaching out to a remote host to do the tests. Let's see if Gemma 4 e4b can manage systems. Remember, Qwen 3.5 4b could manage systems no problem. So if Gemma can't do this, I'm gonna be so disappointed. We're gonna be running the exact same challenge as with the 2b, right? Its job is gonna be to inspect a remote system, do a quick observation pass, get uptime, disk info, memory usage, all that good stuff, and then save that information to a nice HTML report for us to review. Should be pretty easy. The 2B was able to do it, even though the resulting HTML was less than I anticipated it would be. But let's proceed. We got the server in the background with Gemma. Just like with the 2B, we're going to be running this with 64K context to start with. We'll go ahead and start this, and then we'll paste our prompt, and we'll see how long it takes it to do that review pass, and then drop the requested HTML file where we need it. See you boys in, let's say 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 10, I don't know. Local stuff's weird. So it's making some progress. I'm thinking of making some tool calls. We'll see how it does in a few more seconds. And we are back. So it looks like it generated the report and is doing one final validation pass. Let's see, service health report.py, and this is what it came out with. So let's see, it got a report of the commands it ran. Good. Output, current time, disk, which is right, uptime is right, system memory usage is right, top running system D is right. So yeah, the only thing it gets wrong consistently is the SSD report, and that's because the LXC is running on a ZFS pool, so it's going to report the storage of the ZFS backend, not necessarily the LXC's storage pool itself. But otherwise, everything else is great. This is a 10 out of 10 for the 4B with the easy sysadmin challenge. It's time for challenge number 2, which is debugging a broken backup job. We have a script on a remote host that runs a backup job, and that script is triggered by a cron job. Gemma 4 e4b's task is to figure out why that script and backup job is not working. The 2B model failed at this exact same challenge. Let's see how it does, or rather, let's see how the 4B model does. 64K context. We're gonna let this run for, I figure this is a harder challenge, maybe 15, 20 minutes, and we'll be back. So the challenge started, and it's already doing some tool calls. It looks like it's trying to find the backups and the cron script. So let's see if we can solve this challenge. I stepped away for a few minutes. And during that time, it looks like Gemma completed its goal. Let's see, temp report.html. Let's see, there it is. Okay, it's a pretty simple report. Let's see. Archiving, run by cron, was a lack of verbose error, backup script. There's a standard interactive shell. Fixed, I passed the script by adding a set EU at the beginning. This ensures the script exits immediately. Fixed, the cron job entry was confirmed to be correct and pointed to the correct. No changes are required here. The backup script was effectively, hey, look at that. So it looks like Gemma 3.5 4B completed the task. I didn't give it any directions on how to generate the HTML. That's my bad, but still, I give this pretty good for a 4 billion parameter model, something you could run on your phone. I'm very impressed. 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would have been a beautiful report that it, figured out on its own. But what I'm seeing right now very much impresses me. Gemma 3.54b. Good job. All right. So I've been surprised so far. Gemma 4 e4b has been really, really, really good. Now it's time for the hard challenge. This one's hard because it is remote and local. And I've noticed small models have difficulties with challenges that involve both a remote and local host. It's also going to involve the small model reading through the remote host, figuring out why a service isn't working, fixing that service, and then generating a HTML report of what happened and why. So pretty hard task, you know. This is something I definitely would probably pull up DeepSeek for and just throw 25 cents at it and go about my day. But if I could throw Gemma 3.54b at it and do it for the free ski, ooh, that's very attractive to me. So let's go ahead and get started here. Got it pulled up. We paste it in. And oh yeah, check this out. This one's going to take a while. I wonder if we'll even run out of context. I know something I've noticed about these Gemma models is they spend a lot of time thinking. Like they'll think about a problem way longer than Qwen or other similar models would think about them. But we'll see what happens. Cross our finger, boys. How good is Gemma 4? How good is Gemma 4 e4b? All right. So that took so long, I was able to go and get my hair done. And the challenge failed. All right. So Gemma 4 e4b. Can it manage servers? The answer is kind of. I mean, it can do the work, but it doesn't perform the same as Qwen 3.54b. So if I have the choice between the two, I would go with Qwen 3.54b all day, every day. All right, boys, and that is that. All right, Gemma 4 e2b. Can it manage servers? The answer is kind of. I really wouldn't use it, especially if Qwen 3.54b, Qwen 3.59b, anything else is available. I would choose that instead. But still, this was an interesting challenge. You know, local models are getting better and better. I'm hoping by next year they'll actually be decent. You know, right now they're usable. I don't want it to just be usable. I want it to be decent. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe either here on YouTube or on TikTok, where I occasionally do humorous content. Otherwise, stay blessed, boys, and I'll see y'all next time.